It's you, buddy. Let's go.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And it's great to see everyone out there. Bob, is that a scarf? Where are you at? Is that a scarf and a jacket?
Yeah, Utah.
Wow. Yeah, I thought it was cold this morning when I was walking my 8-pound Yorkie, and it was 55 degrees.
Y'all don't know cold yet, Tom.
Huh?
Y'all don't know cold yet.
Oh,
It'll be 12 here tonight.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna have some cold weather too here in Florida. Where I'm at, it's gonna be in the mid-20s to upper 20s through the weekend.
So Bob, while we have snow coming, they're gonna have falling iguanas coming. They start falling below 40 degrees.
Well, you guys enjoy making snow angels and snowmen and everything else. There's a lot of good that can come out of that snow, right? Maybe grab a shovel and help some of your neighbors shovel out that are elderly or whatever. And by the way, you ready to sell this home because you can't even shovel your own snow? I don't know. But whatever it is. All right, guys. I just sent an email to Gary DeFalco and Tiffany. And here's why I sent it to Gary, because anytime we talk about something, that man can put something up in our chat box before you can even finish saying what you're putting into the chat box. And he can convert things real easy. He's amazing at that stuff. So I forwarded this to him, and I'm going to have full disclosure on this because this is a rad presentation. It's a rip off and duplicate. I have subscriptions to Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Inman, a lot of coaching programs out there. And when I see something of value, I'm going to take it and I'm going to bring it to you guys. And anything to do with sellers, I'm going to bring it to you guys. And I've actually personally read it all, so I know what's in there and I know it works. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And I'm going to go through some 33 ways to attract more sellers, more listings. Now, if everyone on this call, the 67 people on this call, was able to get one more listing per month, would that change the entire dynamics of your business? Just one. Yeah, Rainey, thank you. You know what? Here's the thing, guys. All we have to do is focus on one or two things. George says this all the time. Many coaches say it. Focus on the one thing that you can do so well that everything else becomes easy and unnecessary. You will be able to succeed at extremely high level. Just pick one or two things. And here's what I would say. Don't pick it for a day or a week or 2 weeks and then quit. Oh, it doesn't work. Well, here's what doesn't work if you don't work it, okay? Everything works if you work it. Time on task over time. I don't care what you do in your business. Find the one thing that works for you. What works for Fred may not work for me because it's just not my behavior, not my personality, and I'll get bored with it. Find what you enjoy doing that will work, or find something that you have to adapt to learn to love. Okay? Who do you have to become successful? Look at your future self. What does that look like? Okay. Always do a future self assessment, because then it will help walk you through. If none of you have ever done a future assessment, you can write yourself a letter. You can do a future assessment. You know, hey, what do I, I'm walking up to my future self that's 80 years old. Where am I? What have I done in my life? What do my grandkids think? Where am I going? What have I achieved? So who do you have to become to achieve the goal? All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. First of all, before I start, who was on the call last week? Not who, I mean, we got 70 people here. There was several of you on the call last week. Yeah, I do have, yes, I do. I have tons of Under Armour shirts, Will. I do. It's weird. I'll have Under Armour shirt and Nike pants and, whatever kind of shoes on. All right. Who was on the call last week when we did, I think it was last week, we did 101 ways to lead generate in real estate. All right. Yeah, there is a lot of you. I'm going to share with you, this book is $5.46. And I bought a couple cases of them. So I had a meeting yesterday with a bunch of agents and I gave them out as gifts. Here's what I know. It's going to help them grow. It's going to help them grow. Get the book. It's $5.46. Matter of fact, order a case of them and share it off with some of your coworkers, share it off with some of the co-broke agents that you do business with. If we're not learning something great and giving something great away, we're not going to grow to our full potential. So whatever you learn, share with others. So that way there, by you sharing, you're committed to doing those activities. So if you're not great at something, start teaching it. If you feel like you're not good at scripts, lead a script session. Just do something. All right. All right, fantastic. Here we go. We're going to share the screen. Oh, but I got a squirrel going on. What aha did you get out of the 101 ways to lead generate last week? Anybody want to share an aha? And if you took action, how did it help you? Author, Deb, that is Gene Frederick. Gene Frederick is in your upline. We're all in his upline. If he's not on your upline board, he's still in your upline. But Gene Frederick. All right, so I'm going to look in the chat. Author, I wasn't invited yesterday. Oh, sorry. Bonnie, was that directed to me? Oh boy, am I in trouble for something? Okay, all right. I'll ask for forgiveness later. Name a book, 101 Ways to Lead Generate. Was that my gift, Tommy? Yes, it was, Barb, and now you don't get it because it's going to Bonnie. I want one. Yep, Bonnie, you just got Barb's because she promised to go and didn't go, and now she's going to ream me out because I'm going to give her as a weapon. No, I'm not. All right. I do have an endorsement contract. All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get moving. Guys, if you're driving, don't take notes. Just go back and re-listen to it. The PowerPoint, it's not a PowerPoint, it's in a PDF. I'm sure Gary can probably put it into a PowerPoint format, but it's going to be something you're going to be able to access, okay? So I'm going to share my screen and here we go. All right, so 33 ways to attract more listings. See, we're in the eyes of sellers all the time. We're in the eyes of potential sellers all the time. We're in front of people that can potentially give us seller leads all the time. We just don't know where to look sometimes, or it's not fully on our mind. So within these pages, you're going to find 33 ways. I just want you to take one or two that's going to really, oh, I like that. I like that. And I'm not sure if we did the 101 ways last week or the circle prospecting last week. It might have been the circle prospect, either or. Leverage qualified buyers to attract sellers. So anytime you have a qualified buyer, if you're looking in the MLS only, that's not going to help you. 99% of the time, you're going to be dealing with 150 other offers on it. Why not go find them the home that they're looking for? Send a hand address, send a card to a community, knock on the doors in that community. I'm representing a serious buyer who's interested in your home. Write some letters to certain communities. There's actually some stuff in my marketing on EXP Enterprise where you can send letters and cards to wherever. And it says, I have buyers interested in your home. Will that give you an opportunity to get a listing appointment? It most certainly will. Slide broadcast. So slide broadcast, you can do, get a bunch of numbers and do a slide broadcast. And it goes right to their voicemail. You can do it by text. Okay. I don't personally do slide broadcasts. I used to do it to agents. It goes to their voicemail. A lot of times agents and people don't check their voicemail anymore. I do a week or two later. All right, door knocking, hot communities. Guys, if you see a hot community, when I say hot communities, I'm not saying a community that was built in the last 3 years. I'm saying go find a community that was built in the last 15 years, because guess what they're doing? They've been there maybe 10, 15, 7 years or whatever it may be. And they see the value has gone up immensely. Immensely. Do you know the average homeowner that bought in 2020, by the end of 2021, the average homeowner across the United States made about $98,000 in equity? That's average across the board. I read that this morning in Inman. That's crazy. It's not going to slow down this year, guys. I don't care who you're listening to. It is not slowing down. Don't tell yourself that. It's not. It's going to continue to boom this year. And guess who's going to win? The agents who get the sellers. So door knocking in a hot community, doing an open house, circle prospect, and place. This was pretty cool. Place a sticky note with a business card on the door. No, I don't know anybody that's ever done that. I've never ever heard of that until I seen this. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. A sticky note with a business card. Call me about your house. Doesn't say, hey, I have a buyer for it or I want to sell it. It says, call me about your house. If someone left a note like that on my door, I'm calling them because I'm going to think, well, is something wrong? At least the conversation will get started. Here's another big one. Agent to agent referrals. Create a bucket of agents you know by state. If you see top agents on Facebook, whether they're with EXP or not, call them and say, hey, I have buyers potentially for Utah, and I would love to represent buyers and sellers that you may want to refer to the state of Florida. Everyone's moving to Florida. Call top agents, call agents in other states. Build a referral list of agents. Agents are an amazing resource. When I first moved to New Smyrna Beach over here from Orlando, I didn't want to drive that hour to work with buyers and sellers anymore. So what did I do? I went to all the real estate offices and I met as many agents as possible in Orlando because all the buyers and sellers they knew from Orlando. So I built my first year of business from that. And I knew no one over here. I didn't know anyone. And it was one of my best years. So if you're not building relationships with agents, you are missing an opportunity. Even if you're brand new, even if you're brand new. Okay. Use Instagram story posts to engage potential sellers. I'm personally going to tell you, I have an Instagram page my daughter set up. I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at when I log in it. So it's confusing to me. I don't use it and I don't want to use it. And I'm not going to learn to use it. I'm not. I don't care about it. You guys, if you know Instagram, if you think it's going to help you grow your business, get with Tiffany. She's the Instagram queen and she'll help you learn it. I've also heard about this thing called Clubhouse. I'll be speaking on Clubhouse, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I might Tiffany help. She got me in there. But here's the thing. There's so many different opportunities to meet sellers. Are you doing it? So Instagram. I want to, at the end, Tiffany, can you take a note on this so I don't forget? Or Nancy, my beautiful Nancy Stanfield there. I want to talk about KV Core for sellers as well, okay? All right, create a seminar for seniors called Big to Small House. When I seen that, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm not a senior, but we have a 5-bedroom house. And I told my wife, when our daughter goes to college, we have this home. We're not even going to use even half of it. Why do we need it? You know, why do we need that home? So finding seniors, finding families that are going to be empty nesters. Maybe they're going to move. Maybe they want to sell that home. That is a golden opportunity. How do you find them? Well, here's what I would tell you. Get with your title company and say, hey, I'm looking for homeowners who have owned their home for more than 10, 15 years. Would you please help me? Hey, I'm looking for homeowners that are the age of 55 plus. Are you utilizing them as a resource? And call them. Create a mailing campaign. Send out mailers. Share studies. Do something. So that's a good one. Here's one that people don't do. Why? Contact your past clients, prepare a CMA, follow up, put a sticky note on their door, slide broadcast, name it, whatever it is. here's what I would say. If you call a seller, a buyer that you closed a home on, you help them buy a home in say 2010, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, how much equity do you think they have? A ton, a ton. So are you reaching out to past clients over 3 years ago and saying, hey, how's it going? I want to prepare a market analysis for you so you know how much equity you have in your home. Would that be useful for you? You didn't say, hey, I'm looking for you to sell your home with me. You never know when you call that person, if they say, you know what? Yeah, I'll sell this home if I'm going to make $200,000 and I only paid $200 for it. I'm doubling my money and I'll buy something. You never know. They may be relocating. They might be ready to relocate. You just don't know. Maybe it'll be something that can go into a pipeline. Non-occupied and investors. Guys, unoccupied homes, get with your title company and just say, hey, I'm looking for non-residents for this particular community. Can you get me their names and numbers? Call them up. Hey, I noticed that you live in Canada and you probably don't get down to your summer home as much. Would you be interested in selling it? Whatever it is. Non-occupant ownership is a huge way, unless they use it as a rental. Even if they use it as a rental, they may go, you know what? Yeah, I'll sell it. I'll sell it. Get a celebrity endorsement or influencer. Use people from your town, principal, school. Shoot a short video with them. Run Facebook ads. We all know someone that's a celebrity. Guys, I went to school with Viola Davis. I don't have her phone number though. But I have close friends of mine that are really close to her. I was in plays with her in high school. Shame on me for not staying in contact with her. I do have a friend that's a movie director and I call often. And I do make some referral income from referring out agents to sell their homes in California. And by the way, they're nice referral checks because they're multi-million-dollar homes. Do you have any celebrities that can endorse you? What's a celebrity? I don't know. We all know someone. If not, see what you can do to find someone. Got a friend of mine, Tommy O'Connell. He's a sports manager. I contact him all the time. Tommy, you got any baseball players looking to buy, seller in Florida? I got an agent, Tom. All right, well, if that one doesn't work out, please call me. But I stay in contact with them. Sign up for seller attraction sites. HomeLight is kicking butt right now, by the way, guys. HomeLight is attracting tons and tons of sellers. They are on the TV advertising all the time. I would say get in touch with, get on the HomeLight site and definitely get on that site and try and get some seller leads that way. Video script, thinking of selling your home? My team and I are working with 22 qualified buyers, several looking to buy in your area. This is an opportunity to sell. A lot of you like video. Okay. Expired listings. Well, we're in a market where homes always sell. There's no expired. Yes, there are expired listings. Well, they don't answer. They hang up. Well, go knock on the door. Go knock on the door. Expired listings are golden. Okay. Expireds are golden. Run radio advertising. I will tell you, I've never done radio advertising. It's a big budget. It costs a lot of money. George Philback ran radio and TV, and he was highly, highly successful at it. And don't come up with your own scripts. There's actually good scripts that some top producers use. And if you're going to do radio, I would definitely get with George. YouTube ads. YouTube is becoming extremely popular. A lot of people are attracting a lot of business from YouTube. Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you sending a subscription to your, whoever you're farming to your YouTube channel? Call in for your buyer. Call in a community for your buyer. There's little scripts right here. This is circle prospecting. How do you're finding a home for your buyer and you're not in a bidding war. create a referral competition. Get with, I mean, this is like on an office level, but anyone who refers you a client gets a name in a drawing. Get with all your database, get with all your realtors. I don't know, just say, hey, every month I'm going to pull a winning ticket for all the referrals, and see every time you give me a referral, your name goes in the bucket. You got a chance to win, blah, 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 whatever it is. Professional networking. Start your own private client services. People want to feel special. So I would say there, and to relate to something like this, are you providing all your buyers and sellers a list of all vendors, vendor partners, electricians, all kinds of things? So a professional network, they want to turn to you for resources. Create that on your Facebook page. Be a person that they're going to turn to. You can do sales team competitions. You know, obviously we're not an office, but we're a big company. You know, maybe you can get with other agents on this call that you have good relationships with, and start a competition with each other. Create an expired listing social proof video. This is good because if someone goes expired, you can send them a video. I'm going to skip over that. Create a map of all the agents you work with around the country. So this is, there's a guy over in, there's a guy in old Tampa. His name's Tony Baroni. Tony Baroni paid out nearly $200,000 in 2021 in referrals. Over $200,000 in referrals. Does that mean he made a lot of money? Yes, he does referrals like mad. Anytime he goes to a realtor event, he gets a card, he follows up with them, puts them in his database. Referrals from other agents is massive opportunity. I'm going to piggyback on this with one other thing. There's a ton of realtors that get out of the business that you should be reaching out to and going, hey, are you in a referral program? By the way, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell? I'd love to represent them and pay you a referral. They're the biggest missed opportunity. Realtors that don't stay in the business, get them in a referral program. Email your entire database 2 different questions. Are you planning to sell your home in 2022? Have you had any thoughts of selling at these peak prices? Is this your forever home? Remember, we did a thing on Facebook. You know, are you in your forever home? And people got a lot of responses, right? 24, create a seminar for savvy homeowners. Sell high, buy low, the next real estate cycle. You know, how can you help a seller buy lower? Well, finding them the home, because you're not in competition with other people. Find a for sale by owner, make a lower offer. So there's a guy I know over in Lakeland. He used to place Google ads and say, I only work with cash sellers. His business blew up because people that have no mortgages have the sense of, it's a different level of a seller versus someone who has a mortgage in their eyes. So create an ad that says, I work with sellers that have no mortgage. I don't know. Online leads, you can pay for those in different sites. Do sales meetings. You can do a sales meeting anywhere, guys. You don't have to have an office or find an office, do it at a restaurant, whatever it is. Facebook and Instagram live in front of a sold sign. This seems to work well for some people, people that do it. Here's one. A divorce attorney. So if you work with a divorce attorney, usually you sell one home and then you work with the two couples and they both buy a home. Okay, so you can potentially get 3 sales out of that. Are you reaching out to divorce attorneys? Are you building relationships with divorce attorneys? But are you just asking them for business, or are you referring people to them for divorces? See, that's how reciprocation works. Create a list of divorce attorneys, probate attorneys, wills, trust attorneys. We have an attorney with our group who's also a realtor. He gets good amount of business from probate, wills, and trusts. Geofarming. Geofarming is this is fantastic. Doing mail outs to communities, your local community. Geo means just keeping it geographically tight. Send just listed, just sold. I have buyers for this community. Market updates. Start off with 100 homes, and then as you start getting business, go to 200. And then when you get more business, go to 300. By the way, who can tell me how they can offset their cost on geofarming mailouts, coming soons, just listed, open house invitations, testimonials, just sold? How can you offset the cost of that mail out?
You can partner with your mortgage lender, partner with title companies.
There you go. That's right. Right there. If your title company, mortgage lender, and whoever you use for resources are not partnering with you, or they tell you, oh, I'm sorry, we don't do that, find another partner. Period. Find another partner. I'm not sure if Frank's on the call. Frank Hopkins, you on? All right.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Can a lender in a title company pay a part of the mail out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and does that help you? Does that help bring you business too? Haven't you got some business from your partners from changing how you're doing business with them by reciprocation?
For sure. I was one title company I worked with, dozens of deals, lots of closings, was in their office a lot, and they never reciprocated. I never really thought much about it because I didn't really expect it. But then, hold on a second. Sorry. Then after you and I spoke, I realized I was missing out on an opportunity. So the title company I work with a lot now, Celebration. Robin's phenomenal, man. I mean, she's helped me on lead gen, marketing. Oh, like she's gonna train some of the guys I work with on social media. Man, just like a super partner, and is willing to go way above and beyond. And I mean, that's just part of it. So whoever I work with now, there's got to be reciprocation. And I'm not looking for tit for tat, right? Like 1, 1, 2, 2, whatever. I don't worry about that. But they got to bring value back to the table, other than just doing the job they get paid for. A lot of people can be good title companies. I need somebody to help me survive, like I'm trying to help them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Frank. So guys, the first person that comes to mind when I think of title is Celebration Title. They'll never tell you no. They'll help you with the branding. They'll do geofarming with you. They'll pay half the cost because they can legally do that. And why not, right? It saves you money. You have a relationship there. Guys, geofarming is key. Those of you who are local in Orlando area, you know Jenny Weimer. That's how Jenny Weimer grew her business. I sent her a note yesterday because I had a note, a picture with her 6 years ago. She did 97 million. Last year, she said she did 380 million. So her business went from 97 million to 380 million. And by the way, her business exploded by geofarming. She never made a cold call in her entire life or real estate career. She didn't have to. She did geofarming. All right, it works. Adopt agent databases. Who are you leaving? Who are leaving the business? We just talked about that. Agents that are going into retirement. Agents that are not going to do real estate anymore because it's not working for them. For sale by owners and make me moves. For sale by owners. Inside of AM Cards, they actually have a campaign where you can send out postcards. Cards to them for sale by owners. And Jay DeFalco is one to tell you he made over $30,000 last year by working with AM cards, sending out to for sale by owners. Does it work? Yes, it does. Okay. If you're not reaching out to for sale by owners, you're saying you're not worthy of me helping you. They need you. Stop your car when you see the sign, jump out, call them, talk to them, build a relationship with them. Mega open houses. This is our thing, guys. This is what we talk about on Mondays. You have no better training than we have right here on Mondays for mega open houses. Right? Max does an amazing job. He built his business in. Now he's got a team. Mega open houses work. And by the way, don't try to overcomplicate it. Utilize the system that we already have in place for you guys. And don't think it's going to cost you all the money. Get with your vendor partners. They want to be there with you. Your lender wants to be there and get them all pre-approved as they come through. Your title company wants to earn the title side of it. Guys, stop trying to do it by yourself or saying, I don't want to bother anybody. And then do an extensive research piece of title reps to create a list of all the underdeveloped, underutilized pieces of real estate in your town. And that's where you can reach out to the title company, have them do a search for finding properties that are, you know, older properties. Those people are selling as well. And then there's just some additional things in here. But guys, when I first seen this, this was 4 days ago, I'm like, this is awesome material and I'm going to rip it off. I didn't rip it off. I just showed exactly what they have and share it with you guys. Trust me, I'm your eyes and ears out there to bring stuff to you on Fridays. You don't have to go searching for stuff. We're going to bring it to you. And we're going to bring you some value of great material, but you just got to implement something. 1, 2, 3 things. That's all. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. What's complicated is when we overthink it and we just don't do it. Tiffany, stop overthinking it. Okay? Yeah. See, when we overthink it, we bring too much information and we confuse people too. Keep it short, simple, and relevant. All right. Now it's 9:06. This is interactive time. This is all your
You
time.
had mentioned KV Core for sellers. Did I miss it?
Yeah, nope. I'm going to say that right now. See,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
I know why you're so valuable to us. I'm going to share something with you. And I really want you, and this is being recorded, so that's good. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share this. So I get a call from Lauren 2 weeks ago. My seller is going to cancel the listing, Tom. It's listed at 425. We haven't had any activity, no traffic, blah, 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 blah. All right. So she did a boost. She's got the buyer, cash buyer. So it works. Okay. So you can get leads that way, doing a boost. Now, if you want to attract more sellers, you go to Lead Engine, click Lead Engine, and then you go to IDX Squeeze page, start building. Right at the top, you can do what's called a seller squeeze page. I live in a community called Venetian Bay. So I'm going to type in Venetian Bay. Here it is. Boom. I'm going to generate a link. Now I have a link right here that's going to go to, I'm going to just show you where it goes. So when I put this link on Facebook, it'll say the average price in Venetian Bay is $411,000. What's your home worth? As soon as I put their address and stuff in here, I'm going to capture their information in my KV Core. This is a way to start attracting sellers. You can do it by zip code. You can do it by city. You can do it by community. Okay. So when I put this link into Facebook, which I'm going to show you real quick, I'm going to put that link into Facebook. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to just show you how fast and how simple. And I need your help here to make sure I'm still, you can see, you can see where it says Facebook and I'm typing?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sometimes if I go from screen, why is it not letting me? Oh, what happened? I hope I remember my password. Ah! Damn. Anybody else like me where they forget their passwords? I think this, all right, here we go. All right, so now I'm going to go to the Venetian Bay page. I'm going to go to Venetian Bay business page. And all the realtors hate when I do this, by the way, I love it. And I'm going to just put a discussion. I'm going to click discussion. And all I'm going to do is copy the link in there. That's it. The average price of Venetian Bay is $411. What's your home? What's yours worth? Post. Guys, I get inquiries all the time every time I post that link. Because once they click it, this is where it goes. It goes to your website. They want to know the price of their home. And by the way, guys, as soon as they click in there, they'll get an email of a value. Now, it's not always going to be 100% accurate, because you might have some condos or smaller homes or a different community in there, but at least you're getting activity in there. That's how you can attract sellers. So you can do it by community. You can do it by city. You can do it by zip code. Take advantage of that. That's a huge tool, guys. That's a huge tool. All right. Now, thank you, Tiffany, for bringing that up. Hopefully everyone got it and I didn't go too fast on it. We're opening it up for ahas and discussion.
So that was really 34 that you gave us, not 33.
Yes.
That
Barry,
was-
thank you for loading that
No,
up.
it was 32 because, or 33 because 15 was missing.
There we
32.
go. We got the good debate going on. Let's keep going. Let's see.
Well, 32 and a half because he kind
Oh,
of
here we go.
he half glossed over, I think, number 23 or something. Like, yeah, we'll get to that. It was a sales team thing. So 32 and a half, I think.
Will, I'm going to put Robin's direct number in right now. Guys, I'm going to give you guys Robin's number, okay? Robin is can do anything in the state of Florida, and they also just opened up in a few other states. I don't know, but her name is Robin with Celebration Title. So I always hear this. Well, I already have a relationship with a title company. I said, okay, great. What's the partnership look like? Oh my gosh. You know, I go in their office and they give me coffee and chocolate and everything else. And anytime I need anything, I call them and they're there. Okay, what else do they do for you? What else do they be doing? I don't know. Do they give you leads? Do they give you, if you call them and ask them for homeowners' names, numbers, and emails for a certain community, do they have a resource to help you get that? Would they door knock with you? Would they do the open houses with you? Blah, blah. Oh my gosh, they'll do that? I said, yeah, just ask. And as soon as you ask them and they say no, oh gosh, oh no, I can't do that. Go find another one. I'm just telling you, you have a partnership. That, see, if you're only feeding someone and they're not feeding you, it doesn't make any sense to continue business that way. I'm sorry. Listen, I have great friends that own title companies. I won't use them. I have really, really close friends that I grew up with that have mortgage companies. I won't use them. They're receivers only. Give me, and I give you nothing. Well, I give good service. Well, that's great. That's not paying my bills. Sorry, it sounds harsh. Find a partnership. I'm telling you, find a partnership and you'll go, oh my gosh, this is great. So anyway, this is an opportunity for you guys. If you're in Florida, if you're not, reach out to Robin and say, hey, do you have anything over in this area? If not, reach out to the title company that you are using in your state and just say, hey, would you be willing to partner with me on geofarming and mailing out postcards every single month and participating with the costs with me with your name and number and your logo on it? If they say no, say, great. What title companies are your biggest competitors so I can go talk to them? I wouldn't be afraid to say that. And then they'll go, well, what, wait a minute. Well, how much are we really talking? Well, let's this, you don't know how much it's going to cost. Find a title company that says, hey, Frank, thanks for closing that sale with us. We're going to send out 50 postcards or 100 postcards to this community on this property just being sold. And the cost is going to be $100. We can only legally pay half of it. Here's your portion to pay. And they'll do it for you. See, the biggest thing that we don't do is we don't take advantage of the just listed, just sold because it's work for us to do. Okay, partner with someone. Sending out postcards. I send out the exact same postcard every single month to my little community of 110 homes I live in. And it says, we have buyers for this community. As your local real estate agent and neighbor, we would love the opportunity to help you sell this home. Do you know anybody looking to sell theirs? It goes out every month. We have sold 4 homes in that community that we listed last year, and the average sale price is it's 450 to 500,000. It's not bad just from one community. And it cost me $67 a month to send out those postcards. That's it. Same postcard. Doesn't change. Don't have to be creative. So open it up. Aha's interactive. What did you get out of it? What were you implementing on it?
Hey, Tom, Fred. Hey, listen, just keep ripping off and duplicating, man. I love it. I mean, that's what we were talking about the other day on my session. You got this YouTube. I mean, this stuff is out there. And, again, you can have all the mindset, right? And you could have all the skill set. But if you lack the will set, you gotta, your will, you gotta, I mean, these ideas are incredible. Just incredible. Thank you for ripping off and duplicating, my friend.
Hey, Fred, thank you,
Yeah.
bud. Can you see that triangle behind me?
I'm on my phone. No.
All right. So at the bottom, see, it talks about goals, and then the other side talks about a calendar, and in the center is dollar signs. That's the results. But at the very bottom, it talks about habits, mindset, skill set. I'm going to put will set in there.
Yeah. Will set is, it's I was on my walk this morning and listening to Wayne Dyer, and I hadn't heard this in a long time. It was some speech he did many, many years ago. And he was talking about, and he brought it up again today. And he says, he was in a group of a lot of professionals, and there's some doctors there. He said, at the break, I want you to go up and talk to every doctor here about the will to live. And that the people they work with is that if they don't have the will to live, they really would rather not work with them. But when they're going into surgery, like any kind of surgery that's serious, those people are going and going, I don't know if it's going to work. Even an eye surgery, those people have a negative attitude going into an eye surgery. When they come out, a lot of times it fails. It's amazing. But the people that have that will and go, man, I can't wait to get great sight, and go ahead, doc, whatever you got to do. And this is great. And the will set, the will to live, the will to have something better, the will to, improve where I am, the will. And we talked about it the other day. We got to stay away from the how. I can imagine, as we all do, myself included, as Tom's going through all this, well, how am I going to do that? How am I going to do a farm? How am I going to get the money? And you come from this scarcity mentality, and that you're going to keep getting the same things, and that you just got to keep asking yourself, in order to develop a really strong will set, is the 2 magic words, the why and the what. What would happen to my life if I did what Tom talked about this way? Why should I do it? Well, I'll tell you why, because I want my grandchildren to have the best. I want to just stay away from the how in order to develop a real determined will set. So Tom, thank you, man. I've got to run. I got to jump on another call, but I just love it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I was just looking at my dashboard, And I just had somebody respond, about their home value. So I'll send them out a card and a quick email, and boom, it works, guys. Everything will work if you work it. It will work if you work it. So ahas, you got that PowerPoint? You can do. Alex, how are you? Sorry about that, guys. I was just talking to Alex yesterday. So now that you guys have that PowerPoint, Gary, thanks for putting in a PowerPoint PDF. Either way, they have it. I would go through it, see what you want to put together, and I would put a plan in place. And then see, when you put something together, you put the plan in place, you have the goal to achieve something, you got to take action. So you have to have the action plan. So I don't see it up here. There's a great book, and it talks about, it's called Making Ideas Happen. So the book talks about how many ideas we have on a daily basis that can turn into something amazing, but we don't put a plan in place for the idea. And then we go and see someone else doing it and go, I was just thinking about that a year ago, 2 years ago, or a week ago, or yesterday, right? But they took action. Making Ideas Happen. It's a pretty incredible book. And it really talks about how you can prepare, take your notes, and then put a plan in place. But see, nothing happens when you put the plan in place. It's when you take action. Everything happens when you take action. You can have the best ideas. You can have the best plan. You can have everything set up. But until you actually do any kind of movement, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So, see who else. Can you share the PDF of the doc? It should be in there, Evelyn. Let's see. I know that Gary put it in there a couple times. If you scroll up, you should see it in there as a PDF. If not, Tiffany will put it as an attachment for on our
I'll
GPS.
drop it, and it should have just been dropped. It was taking a minute to load again.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. Ahas. Good to see everybody's faces.
Hey, Tom, one thing Ian and I were talking about last night after the event, thank you for doing that, was the accountability. It's easy to get in this business and kind of disappear. And unless you have somebody that's like holding you accountable and you let them, it's a real big miss. You mentioned a bunch of stuff that I've seen work over time. Just pick one or two and we just go for it. And I agree with Fred, the mindset. But the other thing that I think is big is knowing somebody's got to ask me, did you make your calls today? Why or why not? What can I help you do to get there, so that you know somebody's going to be reaching out to you to ask you for whatever you said you wanted. You said you wanted, cool. You don't do it. How come? And man, I think the missing equation for a lot, after going to a lot of the events and meeting people, which has been great, but one commonality that Ian and I were talking about I don't have anybody, like I'm doing this on my own, and we have a team here, but even going beyond this, who's holding you accountable for the goals you say you want? And if that is missing, that's a big part of making this thing work.
Yeah, accountability is tough. And how's that accountability look, right? So most of the time when I'm talking to people, I always say, so how many people did you talk to last week? How many appointments did you have? That's all I have to say. They're going to stumble. And okay, so by you not achieving your goal, what's the consequence for that? We don't like consequences. We don't. They hurt. They're painful. You know, Frank's out there doing cardio and in the gym right now, and I seen another individual in the gym. They're consistent in going to the gym. If they weren't, and they only went once and they got aches in their legs because they did a hard workout and they don't do it for another year, it doesn't, the consistency is not there. You're not going to get the results you want. You know, same thing with foods, you know, same thing with our daily habits. See, that's, if we don't take action, nothing happens. It's everything. I heard him say this, John Maxwell, and it was amazing. Here's the one thing he said that stuck to me in his whole 2-hour presentation. You ready? He did this. He went like this. He said, everything worthwhile is uphill. And when you get to the top, you enjoy the view. Nothing comes easy by rolling down the hill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. You think about that when you're going up a hill, it takes work versus going down. You can tumble. It's easy. Everything worthwhile is uphill. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be work, but just do it. Just do it. You're in this business for a reason. And if you're in the business just for the money, you're in it probably for the wrong reason. If you change your mindset to say, I'm in this to help as many people as possible, I'm here to help so many families every year, and then I'll reap the rewards from the work that I've done financially. Just one little tweak like that will help you with your business. And here's why. There's a thing we have, and it's called commission breath. Deep, have you heard of commission breath before? I'm sure you have, right? Commission breath. If Tony Fuentes is on this call, he'll validate this with me. Commission breath is when you are forcefully looking out for your own financial interest in that transaction, and it will go bad for you. You are selling, you are not supporting, you are not helping them achieve the goal. So, and you can't force anybody to buy or sell real estate. Maybe in the car business you can, but not in real estate. So commission breath is dangerous.
That's why I brush my teeth, Tom. I got to get rid of this commission breath.
Get rid of it because it doesn't work.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. I appreciate you showing us that. I don't even use a toothbrush anymore. I take them out and put them in a jar.
That's awesome.
I'm just glad he's brushing his teeth.
Listen, man, I got stank commission breath. I got to get over that. I'm in. Will vouches. Will can vouch for me.
Awesome.
Tom,
all right, guys, we still got 5 minutes. We still got 5 minutes. We can talk about whatever you want. You got 5 minutes, and then I got to get off. So,
yeah, Tom, I think sometimes we really do undervalue consistency. Daryl and I were talking about this yesterday. Just what can take a minute and think about the things that you're doing daily. What are you doing consistently, and what are the results being produced? And I think when we analyze that, man, it's just, if you'll do, like you said, anything you do will work if you just do it consistently. And I mean, that's the one thing I've learned over the past year for sure. I mean, because, I was doing open houses 2 or 3 times a month for a couple of months, got some closings, and then over, Thanksgiving and Christmas, stopped doing that and suffering the consequences right now, so consistency is super important. And I know George says that all the time, but I don't think we really soak it in like we should.
So Will, thanks for that. You know what? This is what I do. In my phone, on my calendar, I know what my daily activities are because it's in my calendar. But every time I have an appointment that's not in my calendar, I'll put it in my calendar. So some of the things that I do during the day, I'll put in my calendar at the end of the day. And then what I do is I go back. So I'm looking at my success for January, right? And I'm going, man, I'm just having amazing success this month. And I look back in December, it was all the activities I did in December. That's showing up now. So guess what? If I slow down in January, will I have the same results in February I had in January? No. So I go to my calendar and I literally look at my calendar every day. See, blank spots in your calendar means no income. Nobody you're helping. Okay. So it's incredible when I look back at my calendar and the success I'm having for that month. I look at the month before. So if I'm having a slow month, I look back the month before and I look at all those gaps. So make sure that your calendar is full every day. Now, not every day is going to be full, you know, even if it's drop the kids off at school between 9 and 10 or whatever, you know, you see some consistency in that calendar and it's full because it's that time to drop those kids off. I used to use the time to drop my daughter off in the morning, my script and role play. Honestly, my daughter knows the for sale by owner and expired script because she was my script and role play partner every single morning. Hey, Peyton, good morning. This is Tom with blah, 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 blah. I don't have a house to sell. And she was only 2, 3, I mean, us in first, second, third, fourth. I got the privilege of driving her from kindergarten to 4th grade. And then when she went to middle school, the times changed. So all those years, every morning, we script and role play. All right, now we got some echo there. Two minutes, anybody?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Letty, how are you? Letty, I'm sorry, I did not make that call for you yesterday. Were they calling me or did I have to call them?
He's gonna call you. He
Okay.
saw my magnet on my car. He's like, "Oh, you're an EXP agent. Can I join your team?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah,
I'm here.
Hi, Jose. How are you?
There he is.
Hi.
Did you enjoy
Hey, how you
class?
doing, Letty? How you doing, Tom?
I'm well. I'll give you a call, Jose.
Okay, perfect. You got my number, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Tom, I was missing your training so much, but you know, since the training that you gave us has been working so much this in January that I've been very busy. But just to ask you, I'm a little embarrassed with my seller. It's not that he wants to cancel the listing. They've been patient, but it's been on the market for a month. And in this market, I've been embarrassed. So I've done everything I can. The only thing that I haven't done is the squeeze page that you were mentioning. The price is right. It's a nice property. I mean, everything is fine. I've been doing open houses, everything. But we have had one offer in a month. So I don't know if you have any suggestions.
Letty, do a squeeze page. Do a squeeze page for the listing. Click the listing and then share to Facebook. Tag all of your partners. And we'll send it out. We did this 2 days ago for a young lady that just joined us. I don't know if she's on the call, Kim Hunt. But we had 3 people want to see the home just from that post.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
I have to do that because I've done everything I can think of and I just want to sell the house.
Yeah, so do that and send it out to us. And if you don't know exactly how to do it, call me and then as soon as I get a minute, I'll jump on a call and help.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Daryl, your teeth are nice and shiny. Oh no, you're not smiling.
My aha was that squeeze page, so I'm gonna work on that today, this afternoon, and see if I can generate something in Poinciana.
Okay, so Sasha, you can generate something in Poinciana. Okay, do it, Mike. Do it in a geo form. So do it by a community. Do it by a zip code. Do it by a city. It's make it hyper local. Okay, so do several of those. Go into someone's a business page for Osceola County or Poinciana or something like that, post it on there. There's another place in the marketplace. What is it called? SwipSwap? SwipSwap. So on Facebook, if you click in SwipSwap Poinciana, people are putting their properties on there. Man, it gets a lot of attention. SwipSwap. Let's see. Those of you who sell like stuff, you'll go to SwipSwap and you can sell like light or whatever you want to sell. But get on those local pages of SwipSwap, Poinciana, Orlando, whatever, and people are posting properties there. There's thousands of people on those pages. Letty, that's another place for you to post that property on SwipSwap in Davenport or wherever the house is listed. So put it on SwipSwap. Make sure it's a link to your website though, okay? Make sure it's a link to your website. So Sasha, try that with SwipSwap. Anybody use SwipSwap? Am I saying it properly on Marketplace? I'm looking for a home, 1-story, no pool, East Orlando. That's Lizette. Okay. Try SwipSwap, really look at it. And I'd love to hear some success stories. There's an agent locally that posts all his stuff on SwipSwap. He does all his open houses on SwipSwap, and he does a lot of business too. All right. We're quiet. Ahas. All right, I'm out in 30 seconds. Everyone good?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Tom.